Hello friends, we are here today in Hebrews chapter 1. So the book of Hebrews is a book written to the Hebrew people, probably around Jerusalem, and it's different. It's different from other, it's not really a letter. It's kind of grouped along with the epistles, but it was meant to be more of a sermon, something that was supposed to be brought around and read to different congregations within, the Hebrew Christian community. So we don't know exactly who the author is. For a long time, tradition was telling us that it was by Paul, but probably because most of the other things were written by Paul. We don't know who wrote it. Many people will get a little adamant about the fact that it definitely wasn't Paul. But it's a different genre, We don't know. It could be just Paul writing in a different way. I know that when I write in a letter, it sounds different than it would be if I were to write a sermon. So, I think it could have been Paul. But many people guess, and nobody really knows. Now, the main theme of the book is that the Hebrew people, some of them, grew up in Judaism, and then they started believing in Jesus, and then some of them were going back into Judaism. They were seeing persecution. They were given a hard time for becoming Christians, and it was something very new, something that their ancestors were not doing, and so it must have felt wrong to them. And so this letter, or this sermon, was made so that the people would stay in their faith. And it's a very logical book. So he starts in the beginning, and he says, a long time ago, we were communicated to from God through prophets. But recently, God communicated to us one-on-one through his own son. And it said very, very bold and very true and very interesting things. He said that Jesus basically created everything. It says that he is the glory of God. It's not the glory. He said he is the radiance of God. I think that's an interesting way of saying it. When Moses went and spoke to God in the burning bush, it said that his face was radiant. Something about his face was glowing after he spoke to God. And he had to wear a veil because it was freaking people out. He's saying Jesus is that radiance. He's not the reflection of the radiance, but he is the radiance. And is also saying that Jesus, he is the perfect imprint of God. He's a perfect, it's kind of like a signet ring, you put a seal on it. He's saying he is the perfect image of God. And then the last thing is my favorite. It says that he upholds the universe with his word, with his mighty word. And so these are the things that he's using to describe Jesus. But what's interesting to me is that he goes on and starts talking about how Jesus is better than the angels. And he uses 7 quotes from the Old Testament, and these are prophecies. These are Messianic prophecies. These are things that we already knew were going to be true about the Messiah before Jesus even came. Most of them are from the Psalms. There's one of them from Deuteronomy. And they see things like, to which angel did God ever say, sit at my right hand? You are my son forever. And I think it's interesting, one that sticks out to me is that he said that the angels will worship him. So if he is lower than the angels, why would it say in the Old Testament that the angels would worship him? So you might wonder, why is the writer of the Hebrews, why is he even bothering comparing Jesus to the angels? It's possible that some people there might have worshipped angels, you know, a little higher than they should have. The Bible Project pointed out that it was through an angel that God spoke to Moses, and so he's saying there's this greater power than Moses, and it's even greater than the greater power that Moses had. Jesus himself is God incarnate, and that is so much greater than anything else. And so the idea here is that if you are rejecting Christianity, you're rejecting God. You know, that he is more than just something to add on to Judaism. He is the fulfillment of Judaism. He is the promised Messiah that we have been waiting for this entire time. So I'm excited about this study. In the rest of this book, we're going to compare Jesus to all these other things that the Jewish people, that the Hebrew people were leaving Christianity over. And the writer is saying over and over again that he is the fulfillment, that he is God incarnate. So that's what's happening in this. So that is Hebrews chapter 1. Have a great day. Bye.